dudes, my name is Cecilia and welcome to my kitchen here in Stockholm, Sweden. In today's episode of Thanksgiving Sides and Sweets, we are making Parker house rolls. I learned how to make these way back in, oh my gosh, what must it have been, 2013. I was working at a restaurant in Oakland, California, and the pastry chef taught me how to make these and we had them on the menu every single night. I love the recipe so much that when I moved to Sweden and started working at what would become a 3 Michelin star restaurant here, they needed a bread course when I started, and I said, boy, oh boy, do I have the bread for you. I made it and we put it on the menu. These Parker house rolls are so soft and so fluffy and so delicious. You guys are going to absolutely love them. Let's just get started. In the bowl of your stand mixer, pour 410 grams of milk, 600 grams of flour, 16 grams of salt, 24 grams of sugar, and 20 grams of fresh yeast. Pop on the stand mixer and, using the hook attachment, mix on slow speed for 5 minutes so everything comes together. After 5 minutes, kick up the speed to medium fast and let mix for another 5 minutes. Add 140 grams of softened butter and mix on medium fast until the dough becomes shiny and elastic and the butter is fully integrated. This will take about 30 minutes. Turn the dough out onto a piece of plastic wrap and press into a rectangular-ish shape. Wrap tightly and place in the fridge for at least an hour. It is super important that your dough is absolutely as cold as possible without actually being like frozen, because this dough gets so sticky so fast. I like to cut strips out of my dough and then portion from there. I do this just because it's the most efficient way. We are looking for pieces of dough that are between 40 and 45 grams. Now let's talk about how to roll a roll. You're gonna take your little piece of dough and you want it to be just lightly floured, but you don't want your surface to be too floury. I like to kind of fold it over, and I'm going like this at first. And then eventually I move to forming it in a C, like this. This part of my hand, the bottom part of my hand, is very lightly touching the countertop. And I am using my fingers to kind of go like this underneath it. And in this way, the skin on top gets moved down. And so you like have a smooth skin on top. I'm gonna flip it over. So we start with the cleaner side. And I'm going like this, just to kind of get it started. This way I'm kind of tucking all of those like square ends underneath. And then I move to rounding. And if I ever feel like anything is really sticky, I just tap, tap, tap in some flour and it's no longer sticky. And at the end, I'm kind of just like finishing it off by going with my hand, and there we go. And it got a little bit sticky at the end there. Don't be afraid to like scrape your bench. Once you really get the hang of it, or you're a professional like I was at one point in my life, then you just do it with 2 of them. And it's the same thing on the other hand. There you go. After all your rolls have been rolled, place in a well-buttered casserole dish or cake pan. Make sure they aren't touching, they need space to rise. Cover these in a layer of plastic or with a dish towel. I am going to be reusing the plastic that they were wrapped in. And these are going to proof until doubled in size. Our babies are definitely ready to go. They are doubled in size. They are light, puffy, fluffy, all the good things. Oh, they're so cute. They're like little pillows. Oh, I have a little bit of beaten egg here, and you just want to really carefully brush them. I say carefully because you kind of want to get in every nook and cranny, but you also don't want to press too hard and deflate them. I mean, you would have to press pretty hard to deflate them, but you know, just be careful. Take it easy. Sometimes they can get little bubbles on top, and if you are a perfectionist like me, you can just go in and kind of poke at the bubble until it releases. You do not have to do this. This is what crazy people do, but all right, good enough. and into the oven they go. The oven is 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and how long they cook for really depends on how many you have decided to stuff into one pan. Obviously, if there were less in here or if they were further apart, they would take less time, but they're packed in pretty tight. So we'll see how long they take. I'm gonna start checking them every 5 minutes after the first 10 to 15. And now, onto one of the most controversial things I will probably ever do on this channel, which really shows you how tame of a channel this is. I mean, it's food, I bake. It's not a controversial channel. As soon as they come out of the oven, you wanna brush them with the egg wash again. And every time I do this, people freak out. But before you go into my comments freaking out at me, remember a couple things. First of all, this egg is not raw egg. You will not be eating raw egg in this dish. It is cooked. How is it cooked? I'm brushing these with raw egg because the buns are hot. They're really, really hot. They're hot buns. They're hot rolls. And you put this egg wash on top of them and it's a really thin layer of egg. The egg cooks immediately. You can already see the first roll that I have brushed, the egg is already cooked. Like, there is no raw egg about this. Second of all, you don't have to do this. This is not required. It's not the law. You can do whatever you want. Another traditional way of serving these is to, when they come out, brush them with butter. That's good too. I don't like that they get greasy on the outside, and I don't think it moisturizes the crust as much. And I also think that it gives them like a duller appearance, which is just not my favorite. I like this look better. That's a personal preference for me. Oh, and one more thing about brushing them with egg, and I feel like I always have to add this caveat because I don't know if people just think that like I'm a home baker and that I just like pulled these things out of thin air. But like, I do this because this is how I was trained. I have done this in restaurants and bakeries in both America and in Sweden. Again, this isn't coming from me trying to poison people like some comments have accused me of, which I think is ridiculous. Obviously, this is just the best way to make these, in my opinion. Do with that what you will. I'm going to rip myself off this end piece here. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so fluffy. 10 years I've been making these and they truly are the best. Like, there's a reason I've been making them for so long. Pro tip, make extra so that you have them the day after Thanksgiving so you can make little Thanksgiving sliders, or even better, you take them, you fry them up in a bunch of butter and you put on scrambled eggs and bacon and you will have the best breakfast sandwich ever, 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 ever. It's an amazing hangover cure as well. Well, maybe not cure, but does make you feel better. Gott! Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked today's video, then please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope that you have a great day and that I will see you around tomorrow. Hej då!